In the UK, there are over 27 million of us that regularly participate in gardening. Myself, Stephen A. Johnson and James Daniel set out on a quest that would take us to nearly every county in the country. Armed with a handful of questions, we aimed to catch gardeners in action when they were least expecting it. Join us as we explore the gardening shoes of Great Britain.
I see, this is all about the shoes is the subject.
I thought he was going to kill me with that. The look on his face before I'd even said anything was, just get away from me now!
We had absolutely no idea how things would unfold and whether people would even talk to us.
This is it. This is where it happens. Devon is the place to go.
Here we are hunting, looking for a gardener.
Not around here. So I think if we see any, keep your eyes peeled, guys. Always. Gardeners. Yeah. The thing is, gardeners are tricky characters. You see, because they can be ducking down, hiding behind hedges and fences.
Unless you're there,
you've got to be
bang when they happen to look up.
Peering in. So don't just look at a garden and think there's no one there. You've got to give it a second look.
Yeah, we've been caught out by that like that before, haven't we, James?
We have, I think.
A number of times.
And we need a clear gardener!
Camera, action! James found
our first 2 failures on our journey. Two no's. It's 100% failure.
And it didn't stop there. Some people were just too busy gardening.
Something for me. Something you call love, but confess.
How many no's do you think we're going to get? Are we going to get any more? Are we done with our nose?
And now someone
We didn't expect it to be an easy task, and dealing with the no's just made us more determined to seek out those people who had amazing gardening shoes.
They're great shoes, James. Nabby.
One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Oh, I don't know about this. She's got good shoes on. Is it a no? It's a no. It's a no. Oh, it's a no.
In some places it became so desperate, we were willing to talk to anybody about their shoes.
Excuse me. We're trying to find people with gardening shoes, and we wondered if we could just have a look at your gardening shoes and maybe take a picture of them or something. Would that be okay? We've got a few questions to ask you as well.
Why so long in the face?
Blustery hair looks nice.
From the very start, James and I were fascinated by the fact that very few of us in the UK specifically go out and buy shoes for gardening. We wanted to hunt down and find out the stories behind these shoes before they had become gardening shoes.
It's 11:15, so the Great British Gardener is out there somewhere.
And eventually, with perseverance, Cornwall gave us Eddie and Emma.
Shoes progress, don't they? I think shoes progress from being whatever they were, whatever you intended them to be for your short-lived sojourn into the world of sport and physical exertion. Don't you think? Seriously. I've never really thought about it until you've asked, but things...
I think you're thinking about it too much now.
Mine were issued to me. I've retired from the police, and they were my riot boots. Those were at G8. When Birmingham was at G8 in 98, wasn't it?
98.
98. They nearly met Bill Clinton. They saw Air Force One. and a lot of petrol bombing in riot training.
These I had about 20 years ago for a brief interlude going to the gym. So
they've had more wear down the allotment. They've done more miles down here.
Yeah. They're the gardening shoes, aren't they?
Yeah. Right, there we go, we got one.
So with our spirits up, we were straight back on the road and in search of the next pair of gardening shoes.
Oh no!
And that was when we found our Tom and Barbara Good, Joe and Tina in Exeter.
parents were farmers and gardeners.
Right.
So
okay.
I was always with them, my
Yeah.
dad particularly. So I probably, before I was gardening, crawling around doing things,
Yeah.
probably. I had these boots on when my granddaughter witnessed a sheep giving birth.
Ah.
And that was a special moment.
Excellent, excellent.
Fantastic.
Okay.
They're one of the best pairs of boots I've ever had, actually, and they're sort of a proper extension of me.
Well,
Really interesting.
I've probably, in and out of these shoes, trodden cob when we've made cob sculptures and bread ovens as well that we've made out of cob.
right.
So sometimes we do it barefoot and sometimes I'm not quite so brave. I've kept my wellies on.
Yesterday, these boots were involved in a theatrical performance
fantastic.
just up there. That's a good job we've mowed the lawn, isn't it? Yes.
Allotment gardening in the UK is rapidly increasing, and luckily for us, we stumbled across Mark on his allotment in Somerset.
One slip with that and you could chop your leg off or something. Chop your toes off.
How would you describe the character of your shoes?
They're good and strong.
Good and strong. That's
You know what I
nice,
mean? They're gonna
yeah.
last me.
And how much did they cost?
I think they're about 16 quid, I think.
£16.
Yeah.
And why do you like them?
Got steel toe.
Steel toe cap.
The spade will actually end up going through the side of it. I've been gardening on and off ever since I was knee high to a grasshopper. On
Yeah.
and off. I had an allotment in Leeds. Well, no, excuse my fingers. I had 2 allotments. The first one, we got a pile of damn, excuse my language, druggies.
Right.
Nutcases, excuse my language. Everybody left like rats leaving a ship. The second ones I went in, well, after so long, it was all right. Then after so long, we kept getting more people coming in and damaging.
Oh, that's not nice.
I tried to grow some marrows. When I went up to go and look at my marrows,
Yeah.
some person stamped on them.
Oh man, that's not
So
on, is it?
came over here. I decided that television's all right. So many soap operas are all right, but they all kind of get a bit predictable. So I thought, well, if I want to come outside and do a bit of...
Yeah, it's a great one to spend your time, isn't it?
And so, after spending some time with Mark in York, it was back on the road for us, and back on the hunt for more gardening shoes.
We need to try and get through some of these a bit quick, don't we, to get on our way.
From the beginning of this project, James had been fascinated with whether or not we'd find somebody who was wearing old golf shoes to do their gardening.